Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. I hope everyone is enjoying this fall season and getting ready for holiday as we are. After a full weeks of break and rest, we're so ready for our show at Houston now. As I always start with loading first in my past videos, I thought it should be fun to show you guys the loadout for once. So here's the final layout for our show this time, and we did hang more different paintings this time. Our intention is just in case people have different taste for paintings, so it's better for us to switch the styles once in a while. And yet it turned out we actually didn't brought enough paintings. Thus, you guys could tell this was a really great show for us. After being through 4 craft shows for the past month, this experience truly bumped our faith and courage, and I would say this show is the exactly kind of show that we need at this moment. And now let me explain why all of a sudden I want to switch my regular video circuit. This show was hosted at downtown area. Now Houston's downtown area is different from other cities. If you've been there before, you know what I'm talking about. Well, usually before we could go inside and set up anything, we need to check in first. And for Houston, our show, there was a wait line right after you checked in. And the line was insanely long because everybody needs to wait there after you checked in, and no one is allowed to enter the show after police could close the street. And even if you are allowed to enter, you will still need to wait for your turn according to your booth number. People need to set up group by group because of the limited place. And the worst thing is, since it's downtown, everything has to set up after regular working hour, which means 5 o'clock p.m. So, if you're an artist who's at number 632 for instance, and you got there at 5 p.m., the only thing you could do is wait. And since you're in group 6, you most likely will start the setup process at midnight. If you ask me how I know, well, that's because we are this pathetic artist who's got nothing to do but wait until midnight to set up everything. And I'm definitely couldn't record anything because everything was freaking dark at this point, and I hadn't had any dinner yet, so I wasn't ready in both physically and mentally for sure. It didn't end there. The parking lot was also far away from the show. You literally need to walk at least 5 minutes to get there. I didn't know this fact first, so I wore heels the second day. And I usually don't wear heels that much, but that day really helped me to learn how to walk with heels in the hard way. And we also need to bring our batteries and Wi-Fi this time too, so it's really a mess. And believe it or not, this miserable and terrible and some sort of torture thing happened again for teardown and loadout after the show. Everybody was all waiting outside for the police to clear out the street first and then wait again for their turn to load out. Luckily, my dad found a little loophole at the back of the show that happened to be located at our back booth. So he could sneak in first. And hey, don't judge us, consider it's after a full day show and tear down. You would do anything to get out of there too. And we didn't block any traffic either since it's a back street. No one drives down there, and we're not the only one as well. After we found that little street, people started to enter from there too. So it's a situation called sometimes you gotta do it smarter in life, you know? Anyways, I just love a plenty big setup ground regardless. Limited spot never works for me. Also, since this show was at Houston, my brother could come over and helped us a little too. My mom also visited us at Sunday, and they all had a fun, great time here. So, despite of this horrible setup and loadout things, everything else was pretty good. And as I mentioned in the beginning, we did awesome this time. I think this is the kind of high quality art show like I explained before. People who come here are not only for fun and small crafts, they also could be looking for something big or fancy works, for instance paintings. So this art show called Bio Art Festival. If you live in Houston long enough, you could be heard about this show. And they had this huge positive reputation among all the artists, whether if your media is painting or not. Well, since our media is 2D artworks, so we could say more things about 2D artworks. You know, we know more details about it. And we all think the artists who's doing 2D works here are pretty high-leveled. With high-quality artists make this art festival also great. A great art show attracts more people make better influence of the show itself, thus attracts more artists who wants to join. It's really a confident and outstanding market example in the art show industry. So we're really glad and happy to be part of it. The weather was perfect too. I was kind of worried about the heat and the temperature a bit. I mean, after all, we are at Houston. And Friday when we set up things, it was kind of hot too. But thankfully, Houston did chill out a bit finally, and that weekend had a wonderful weather for crowds to enjoy outside activities. And also on Sunday, it was kind of cold, especially in the morning, and I had to put my sweater on. That weather did surprise me for sure, and I wasn't prepared for anything that chilled. But after what we've been through this summer, we did deserve some cold weather. And if I remember correctly, the Saturday also happened an annular eclipse. The moon covered part of the sun and made the shadow looks like half moon shape. It's definitely a lovely astronomical phenomenon to watch during the weekends. Since it's my dad's birthday this coming Tuesday, so I did a little shopping at this show too, and I thought I should bring you guys with me too, so y'all can have a better idea about the show's been feel like. That time was late Sunday afternoon, and most people have done the shopping and ready to go, so it wasn't that crowded anymore. But for the past 2 days, it was really crowded show. And according to our neighbors, this year was kind of slow and less crowded compared to the past. So I just couldn't imagine what's been like in the past. Alright, here's the teardown process as I promised, and it's pretty much like setup but in a reverse mode. Anyways, that's all for today's video, and thank you so much for watching, and I'm ready to celebrate my dad's birthday. Our next show will be at Daphne, Alabama, so please subscribe for our coming vlog. I'll see you guys there.